This is the continuation of my video episode 30. I have stayed in an Airbnb hotel in Iquitos, and I met one young research scholar in one of the leading university of UK who is from Pakistan. His name is Wasif. He's a very nice boy or very nice person, and we really get attached pretty quickly. And he came to Peru from UK to do some research on the relationship between the rivers and the people and how it changed in several decades. So he came with the plan of meeting a lot of local people to interview them, and I decided to stay a few days at Iquitos, and I plan to join him in his interview and in his research. And also Wasif is so nice and he's a good cook. And the 3 days where I stayed in Iquitos, he cooked for me also very nice Indian food, and he made a very good tea. Very nice boy. So next 3 days I spent with him, and he helped me to investigate my details, like which port, which city I need to go, all those details. So we were kind of spent next 3 days, his work as well as my work. And this video is about the Iquitos, and then the how I find the boat, and how I traveled from Iquitos to the next city of Santa Rosa. That's the last city of Peru, in Amazon River. And then from there I had to go to Tabatinga, from Tabatinga, which is belongs to Brazil, and then from Tabatinga to Manaus. 1 second. This is amigo Camilo. He speaks pretty good English, and we met him in the hotel, and he is giving a lot of information about the culture, the river culture, and the way how the river was, and when he was young, how the river used to be clean. And it's very interesting fact. Thank you so much for your time. And it's really very good that we are able to have a conversation with the locals in English, which is very difficult. Thank you so much. Few days, Wasif had an appointment with a couple of local students as well as the local people who know some history of the river and the people, and I joined him. So we went through the city. We always meet the people in one of the prime spot of Iquitos, which is like kind of city center, and it's a very nice place to hang around. See, it's basically the river, and a lot of people gather here. And all the posh area, all high-end restaurants are this side. Looks like it's a evening get-together place. It looks nice, and that's the river, but now it looks like no water. The water level is very low. A lot of motor taxi parked and some interesting building. And we are walking to meet one of the activists. He's going to interview them. Sip has interviewed one of the student in the university. He's an environmental engineering student, and after that he took us to near art gallery. It was very interesting. We got a pretty good information from him. Had a wonderful discussion with Mr. Nelson. He shared a lot of information, and it was a pretty good meeting. Muchas gracias, amigo. Hey, Wasip have some schedule to interview some local people, but in the morning we decide to go to the bridge. This is one of the famous bridge across the river Amazon, in Iquitos. This connects between the main city and the village side. And there is a lot of history around this bridge because there was a lot of protest from the environmentalists as well as some local people. But somehow it's an interesting bridge. It's pretty big. But at the end of the bridge, there is no road. It's just connecting the other side villages of the Amazon River to the city of Iquitos. So me and Basip, we went with my motorcycle and then we returned back to meet the port
I want to
manager.
go to Chile, Argentina.
Yeah, but that's a standard route.
Yeah,
That's a standard,
Yeah.
the Pan American Highway,
Yeah.
where everybody does.
yeah,
But nobody visits those three countries because of this problem, because in Amazon there is no road.
I know.
And some people have done through Venezuela.
Yeah, but you are
But
American
now
citizen.
I cannot go there.
Yeah.
So this is a very, very unique and not many people have done.
Yeah.
So I really wanted to, that's I'm really struggling and it's a very challenging. But I want to put my best effort to reach there. And plus I don't speak Spanish.
You're a
and
real adventurer.
I'm a big adventurer or I may be a big stupid. One of them, because everybody says, are you crazy taking such a big bike through boat on this area? Nobody has done
the
it.
most great adventure in the world was basically crazy.
Exactly. So that's why I'm really struggling to find every detail. Even to come here, it took like almost 10 days for me to find the detail and where to come, all these things. So it's like the language is another big problem. And then whenever I talk to some people, they say something that I don't understand. And sometimes they don't even tell me the truth or which whatever boat they affiliated
Yeah.
with. They try to persuade me their this and everything.
Many people they try to get a transfer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I really had a hard time. But I think first time you provided me a very clear information. I'm planning to bring the bike tomorrow. I'm going to find a boat and go to Santa Rosa.
Yeah, like I said, you need to go to find a boat, and before you came with your bike, you need to, ask for price
Yeah.
because you came with
Good thing they will ask you any price.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I'm planning is tomorrow I'll come by motor taxi, not with the bike, because as soon as they see the bike, they will do all kind
Yeah.
of thing. I'm going to ask them the first passenger and then I'll sell them motor grande so they will not see anything.
yeah.
I'll get the ticket and everything and
And
then
you
I'll
came with
come
your
back.
bike, yeah.
What I found was the boat operator, they are standard in terms of the ticket.
Yeah.
The biggest problem is loading the bike.
Yeah.
Because not all the boats were in a proper ramp, there are not.
Yeah.
And now the boat which say going to Santa Rosa, there is no way I have to put a ramp, all these things.
Well-
And they were asking a lot of money,
Yeah,
and that's
yeah.
the thing I'm
Because
really.
you must be,
Negotiate.
negotiate and pay for people that carry you back.
Yeah,
and
that's
go to the boat.
that's what I'm going to do. So I think you provided a very useful information. So now I'm going back. I'm staying in a hotel. I'm going back to my hotel. I'll prepare everything, and tomorrow morning or afternoon I'll come here without my bike. I will ask everything, even required. I'll buy the tickets and everything, and go back, bring the bike, and load them.
Yeah, very
That
good.
may be a good idea.
Yeah, that will be the best.
By the way, what's your name?
Wilson.
Willson. Okay, what are you doing?
Well, I'm in the manager of this port.
Really?
Yeah.
So you are a government employee.
What?
You are a government employee?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, no, this is not government. This is
Oh,
private.
this is private?
Yeah, private.
Oh, such a port is not controlled by government.
Yeah, no, this
Oh,
is private
okay.
port. Yeah.
It's a private. So you will be here tomorrow?
After meeting the port manager, Mr. Willson, he gave me a clear idea. From Iquitos, the boats will go up to a small island village or town called Santa Rosa. That's the last stop of boat from Peru, and that belongs to Peru. From there, either you want to go to Colombia or Brazil. There is two more city called Leticia that belongs to Colombia, and Tabatinga that belongs to Brazil. This Tabatinga and Leticia, it's a twin city or town. It's a one town, basically belongs to two country. But it's an open border. All these three cities are open border. Each city, they have their immigration and customs for their respective country, but people can move freely between these three city. Across the river is Santa Rosa, which is Peru, and the other side of the city called Leticia, which is Colombia, and then this side is a Tabatinga, which is Brazil. So the Leticia and Tabatinga is the other side of the river. So all these details I got it after I discussed with the Willson, the port manager. So now I have to take my boat from Iquitos to Santa Rosa, and then I need to cross the river from Santa Rosa to Tabatinga or Leticia, and then I can ride my bike to one side or another. And then from Tabatinga, I can get a boat, a Brazil boat, to Manaus. That is the plan. And there is no immigration process in Iquitos, which people have told me before. It was wrong. The exit process of Peru is in Santa Rosa. So I had to go to Santa Rosa immigration to get stamped exit stamp as well as cancel my temporary import permit for my bike. Then I need to go to Tabatinga to get my immigration, entry immigration of Brazil, and then the permit for my bike. Everything I have to get it from Tabatinga and buy the boat ticket from Tabatinga to Manaus. All these details I got it from the manager, and it took a while to stayed. There was one Chinese research student. She was doing some research on the relation between people and the animal in this region. She is working as a volunteer and doing her studies in the nearby animal rescue center, and she provided some detail. And also there was a German who worked as a nomad, and he also provided a lot of information. So the next day, me and Vasif decided to go and visit the animal shelter and also meet some local people. The village is called Batrikocha, where we have to take a small local boat, and the port which runs all those boats is a little far away, so we have to take a motor taxi and then walk for like 10-15 minutes because the river level is very low, and we took a small local boat where people used for their commute from the nearby villages. And along the way we see there is a lot of deforestation and the sawmill, as well as the river level is so low. And once we reach this village called Batrikocha, there is a lot of motor taxi to bring people to interior. But there is a roads in the village, but it's not connected to any external villages. And the interior village, it's a very standard village. The houses are very standard. They have roads and they have electricity, water connection, everything. But the only thing is these places are connected with Iquitos by boat only. There is no other mode of transport. So we went to the butterfly park, which is part of the animal shelter, and we got some guidance.
Opening the gate.
Get it.
Because I think this is a gate they wanted to make sure animals are not going into the village side. So we are entering into the shelter. We got a guide and we are going to animal center. We are going to a butterfly park.
As I told you at the beginning, Willson is a butterfly farm only, right? And all the butterflies you will see here in this place, they were born here. I mean, we don't catch
Guide who speaks pretty good English, he gave a very detailed information about all the butterfly and its life.
yeah,
Hello.
Oh my.
Hi.
Hoy, Mustafa acá está en Junior.
Oh, hi.
Acá en
Hi.
Junior, Willson, acá en los capuchinos.
Hi.
Ya, listo. And as I told you, this special monkey, they are very clever. They are very intelligent. For example, the monkey on top of you, you know, the one which is free, unfortunately,
Don't touch.
escaped from this cage.
He says, go away. I'm not interested. It's talking. Oh, it's busy.
He was a pet before, right? And nowadays he's very familiar or close with people.
Human.
Yeah.
Oh, now here. Look at
Nowadays,
that.
Yes.
Oh, God. Look at this guy. Oh, wow. Hi. Eat the meat. That's your food, buddy. Hello. Eat the meat.
Quiere comer aquí. Toma, chiquito, acá está. Arriba, ahí está.
Oh, wow. Man.
He eats a kid per day.
Really?
Yeah, like, creo que 11, 12 kilos. ¿Cuánto come el día?
10 aproximadamente.
10 kilos.
Oh, wow.
10 kilos
Meat
of meat
per day.
Per
day.
Yes.
Oh, this is the one making the sound.
This is what you heard.
Yeah.
The first time they were howler monkeys.
Ooh. It's a beautiful bird. Look at the color. Oh my God. That's At the Animal Rescue Center visit, we returned back to Iquitos, and I have noticed there was some seaplane in service, looks like, and also I have noticed several military ship or military boats along the river. But unfortunately, some of the boats were stranded because the low water level, and also to serve the people here, there was a mobile hospital on the river, like it's a ship, but it's a hospital. And the next day, also, a couple of more interviews Wasif has scheduled with the local people and a translator. This is the boat. I'm planning to go to Santa Rosa, and they are loading it. A lot of stuff. So hopefully, I wanted to see space they have. We have a lot of cargo to load. So the only thing is I don't want the motorcycle to go too deep. But hopefully, hey, Wasif, I'm taking video, so. The next day, it was scheduled my boat to leave Iquitos to Santa Rosa in the evening. They said it's around 6 o'clock. They asked me to come at 3 o'clock. So I checked out from my hotel, and Wasif has helped me to get some logistic like a water, bread, and fruits. And he was coming in a motor taxi to help me to load my motorcycle, and it was really helpful with his presence.
Macarena.
Peru, there is no proper ramp to load any heavy thing. Everything is manual. Unfortunately, the boat which I am traveling don't have any ramp directly, so I have to go through another boat and turn 90-degree sideways to load my motorcycle. When you look at that, the slope, it looks like a standard off-road, but it is very steep, uneven slope where a lot of people are moving back and forth. So riding a heavy motorcycle and fully loaded, it's not easy at all. It looks easy, but it is extremely difficult. And I have arranged a couple of carrier people to help me to load my motorcycle through another boat. And they have literally moving a big another vehicle which already loaded in the boat to accommodate my motorcycle. With so much difficulties and challenges, finally I have loaded my motorcycle in the corner of the boat. But in next day when I look at them, my boat was fully covered with a lot of bananas and other cargo. So there is nothing we can do about that. So I have to check my motorcycle very often next few days to make sure my bike is still stable and it is intact, not fell down or they don't dump anything on my motorcycle. In Peru, it's very stressful. Then I have to set my sleeping arrangements. So I didn't have a hammock at this boat, so I had my camping cot and I sleep on that.
Finally,
Tired.
load the motorcycle.
Yeah.
I really troubled Asif. Without his help, it would have been really, really difficult. It was really tough loading, and I think I settled. We need to go for his next interview. Thank you so much, Asif.
No worries at all.
I'm going to miss you, and I really appreciate all your help.
I'm all
Time to say goodbye to Wasif, and last 3 days he really helped me. He's a very nice boy and wish him good luck for his research.
This is the boat I am going today. Everything is loaded, and it's going to be a long journey. Let's see. This is my sleeping quarters for next so many days. Really tired. It's very tiring. All the logs from Omega, and they are loading from one deck to another deck, and I saw a lot of deforestation. So many big trees were cut down and they are transporting to somewhere.
The boat departed a little late, couple of hours late from Iquitos towards Santa Rosa, Peru, and it sits in the night, and they were navigating through some lights and their experience. The next day morning, we noticed that a lot of foggy in Amazon and the surrounding forest. The visibility was almost nil. But this part of the Amazon river, it's much wider than the Iquitos. And then the next day, the whole night it was pretty cold, like heavy wind and very cold. But it's very foggy. And this boat is a very basic. They don't have any sonar or any equipments. And the breakfast is very basic. Nothing. A little bit of root meal and then a bread. That's it. The boat have stopped in several villages and places for loading and unloading, like the previous boat from Urimagas to Iquitos. But this part of Amazon River is little wider. There was several kids in the boat, and they were entertaining themselves. They were playing with very basic whatever things available, like a chapel and the water bottle cap, and they are pretty engaged themselves with whatever is available. They have served a lunch, which is some rice and noodles. Uh,
Cristiano Ronaldo. Pero no, él no es joven nomás.
But your t-shirt says Captain America.
Watching sunrise and sunset in Amazon is really very interesting and it is very beautiful. Especially for me, I have nobody to talk to because there was only one British traveler who can speak English. Other than that, everyone in the boat are local people who can't speak English and I don't speak Spanish. So my only hobby is watching sunrise, sunset, and just watch the river and jungle, do meditation, nothing else. And it's a different experience. And in the night there was a heavy wind and it's really cold. The boat operators have to cover the passenger area with the turf sheet. Otherwise it become really cold. Traveling in a cargo boat in Amazon River without any friends, being alone, not communicating with anybody, it is really a different experience. But it is an opportunity to know yourself, spend time with yourself. There is no internet, no friends, nothing. You, the river, sunrise, sunset, and the jungle. Along the way, the boat stopped in several places to unload the cargo, including livestock and loading people and their produce and that was a routine for several days. After 3 days, we reached Santa Rosa at around 3 o'clock. But now you can see from this video the river level is very, very low. So basically, the boat stopped in the middle, and then there is almost more than a kilometer. You have to travel through sand to reach Santa Rosa. So the boat is in the middle of river. Now I have to find a way to unload the motorcycle, and I decided to go directly to Tabatinga instead of Santa Rosa because there is no way I can take my motorcycle through the sand. In the next video, I will show how I load my motorcycle in a small boat to cross Amazon to Tabatinga.